of the day today is growth. I think a lot of people think, and this is the focus I have today as I'm thinking through a couple of growth patterns that are on my mind, are a lot of people think that growth is all about gain and mass and movement and forward progress, but it's really not. I would impart on you today to think about your growth a little bit differently, so that in the end you're failing forward instead of failing backwards. What do I mean by that? There's a lot of failure in growth. We grow our knowledge every time we fail. We grow our confidence every time we fail. We grow our ability to discern and problem solve every time we fail. And there's a lot of freedom in that. So one thing I would impart on you when you're thinking about growth today is to think about all the things that I've failed at, all the things I've succeeded at. What did I learn and what did I gain from it that may not have been positive, may not have been fruitful in the eyes of society, but you learned something from it. One of these things I can think of most recently is I am a father of 5 kids, but recently I'm in a season of learning how to be the disciplinary dad that I am, while also trying to understand the way they feel. And I had a great growth moment recently in a conversation where everything I wanted to do in that conversation was to save one of my children from making a bad decision. But what I never did in that conversation was take time to understand the feelings behind the decision and the motives behind the decision, because that's just not how I was raised. That's there's a very black and white modality behind a lot of things as I see them in my life. So as I've been on this track this year of doing a little bit of content for platforms, trying to expand my knowledge base and expand my career, one of the places I see my growth this year going is through my ability to learn to understand my children better and just try to be a better dad all the way around. Constantly failing at that, but in the grand scheme of things, I'm appreciative for the growth. So that's, you're out there killing it and kicking your goals' butts right now. But for me, if there's anything I can impart on you, and it's anything I can implore you to do, it's to pay attention to those failures, pay attention to those weaknesses, because your growth is imperfect. Your growth is bleeding without understanding the failures. Thanks so much.